Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Seven Figure Factor Chronicles. It is Monday, April 15th. You know, it's funny. I've been talking to a lot of people in the last couple of weeks, especially since we started really marketing and getting out there and being vocal about JMAP and the things that we're doing with it, and with a very, very small group, a very small select group of people that I've chosen to kind of go out there and let's, see what happens when we rock this boat a little bit. And I've been amazed at how many people who, now that it's kind of like out there and more people are seeing it and hearing about it, how many people have been phoning and asking. And I thought, okay, well, if everyone did that, then what would my life be like? Because this weekend has been an amazing thing. One of the reasons being is because I've been out there front and center on a lot of things. And of course, most of you know, I'm pretty vocal on my Facebook and Twitter and other social networks that I have. And I have been fortunate to run into the best people that I could possibly work with. I am grateful every day of the people that I really have on my team, but I attracted them into my life too. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story I had, because there was someone who phoned me and they wanted to know more, and they were hemming and hawing and that. And I said, everything that I have, everything that this is, realistically is on the website. So your first job should be to go and take a look and see if anything resonates with you, because the reality is, I don't have time to convince you to do something you don't want to do. I have way too many people that want to be involved, that for me to sit here on the phone for an hour trying to convince you to do something is just ridiculous waste of time. And I pretty much hung up, and I thought, Mark, how rude are you? But the reality is, as we grow, that's what my life is. My life is picking up and helping and securing the people that I have in my business and not getting distracted by the other people that try to encroach on that and pull me somewhere else. And it's funny because and like Jim often, we get pounded daily by people giving us, well, look at this and do this. We talk about this all the time. But it actually some days for me gets stressful because I'm trying to find an email that I really want, and I have to go through all this junk to get there. So this weekend, I thought, okay, fine. You're going to email me. I'm going to go back and I'm going to start emailing you. And that's all I did. You got an email address. I found it out on your site. Back to you. No, you know what? You're crazy sitting over there when you should be here. All of a sudden, it created people phoning me going, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So my life is what it is because I make it that way. If I don't do anything at all on a day, and I take Wednesdays to pretty much do that, I do that. That's the focus of that hour, moment, day, whatever it is. And I do all the things that I want to enjoy. That's what I do. And if it's a day where I have to sit down and work and put people in my business and nurture the people that are in my business, that's what I do. You see, our life is what we're focused on. It really is. Because that's the whole thing. If I just sat there at my computer and just continually didn't do anything, didn't engage with other people, didn't chat with my friends, didn't go out for a glass of wine, what a boring person I would be, because I don't have anything other than what I'm seeing on the internet. And let's all face it, a lot of what we see on the internet, we shouldn't be looking at because it just brings you down. So I wanted to just talk about that today because it was so important. I thought I had the most amazing weekend. I was uplifted. I'm still pumped about it, but it wasn't that the people came into my business. It was sharing with all these people who are like-minded to me. They want to do something good for other people. They want something that is legitimate. They want something that is true, easy to talk about, easy to sell. They want those things, and they can't find them anywhere. So when you're out there, living your life, live the life that you want. Don't sit behind the computer. That's the other thing. I have friends out there that post little things on Facebook about how wonderful the life is if you just do this. And I look at their life and I'm going, man, you should read some of the stuff that you actually wrote, because your life sucks. Even to you, it sucks. And I don't know if you're writing this to make you feel better about yourself, but get out there and live that life. Take the chance. Step off the curb. You know, you might want to look both ways before you do that, but get out there and make a life. Don't just sit there and hope and pray that something's going to come along somewhere out of the blue, hit you over the head and say, hello, hello. You know, we got to get out there and articulate who we are as people. Some of us are shy, so we don't talk in big words. Some of us, like me, we're big people. We make big noise. But you know what? You have a voice, and how you use that voice, I told you in one of the posts I did, sometimes it's that quiet voice that people have to lean in and hear. That's the voice they listen to. So be your own voice, but get out there and live your life. Like, don't be sitting here pretending you're something that you're not. Go out there and be that something that you want to be. So, Jim, I'm going to toss it, whoop, right over to you this morning.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Factor 7 Chronicles for Monday, April 15th. It's tax day in the United States. I hope you all either got your extensions filed or your taxes filed, or either or both, and hope Uncle Sam treated you and took his unfair share, because if you're paying a lot of taxes, it usually means you're doing pretty well. So, you know, I know a lot of people are distracted with that today, but, you know, it's a regular week. It's a regular day. In fact, I noticed driving out in traffic this morning here in the Atlanta area how much it was, I think they had spring break or something going on pretty much off and on for some people for 2 weeks, because traffic was light, and this morning it was back on full steam. So things, you know, are getting back to the ordinary. You know, Rose, what do you know what Mark is saying as far as the ordinary? What is your ordinary? What do you do every day? Do you have to change your every day is this a shift that you're having to go through to get in the mode of promoting, you know, yourself, your business, what you believe in? And you have to, like, find yourself getting up to do it. Because if you have to, you know, get yourself up to do something, you need to go back and check a couple of things, because, you know, your criteria, for example, is hugely important. You know, when I say criteria, what's important? You know, knowing what's important about every aspect of your decision is what ultimately counts. It matters. And you see, if you've gone through this exercise yourself, you're going to find the same, you know, you're going to be able to do this with other people. And so it's not really like you're going out selling. You're going out, you're pounding your drum, you're making noise, and you're making people think at the same time about what's really important in life. What is it? You know, because when we start talking about getting involved in opportunity and all, it's truly the opportunity for somebody to change the quality of their life. And it's what it is. It's an opportunity, right? Some people, you know, they got to get involved, learn a business, etc. And you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, what you do or don't do is not going to have any effect on what your new customer does or doesn't do. Everybody's different. Although you can have a negative effect on them. If you're thinking negatively or acting negatively, you're going to negatively affect people, which generally means you're not going to be signing them up anyway, unless you're, you know, unless they're threading in on a, you know, something you wrote, and they just wanted to comment, or they're on one of your sites, so now they're a lead. Now they're asking what's the JMA all about, and because of that, you know, you just have to always be promoting it, and it is whatever you define it to be in terms of an extension of yourself. You see, your business really is about what you do, and so you should really be in the habit of going over every morning who it is you are, what do you do, who do you seek to do it with, all right? What is your intended outcome today, this week, next week? You know, you may hear us say these little affirmations, these kind of things, and they sound dumb to do, but they really just work. mind follows our words. Think about it. We start, talking about something, sooner or later, mind follows it. And that's what we need, is a mind to follow it for our heart and soul to follow it. And then have it produce real change inside of us. It becomes easy. It's like, as you see me doing this test marketing I've been doing the last few weeks and the results that it's producing, and you wonder, I'm selling real hard, I'm not doing that. Well, it probably has to do with, has a lot to do with what you're selling, what you're, the bigness of the vision. Because I got to tell you, the people who buy from me all the time are mostly people who, are just, it's the vision that they're excited about, the bigness of it. If you've been getting people to our Thursday night calls, last couple of weeks, that we've been talking, we're really getting into the more and more details of our business, but expansion of the vision and understanding, that what we have here is very special. And that you hear me talking about it, Mark talking about it in the great context, because it'd be, it would be enough to just go, to go meek on it, right, and say, oh, I really want to talk about what my 10-year plan is with JMA, or 5-year plan, and just say this is what our next year's plan is. But, part of the bigness of the vision is to be able to say, no, we built this to do something extraordinarily big with it. And our reseller component, our reseller opportunity, and it's just all part of that strategy. It's, these are stepping stones on the path. Because what we first did was create an income opportunity, and before that, we created something legitimate to help people, and then create an income opportunity around it. And lo and behold, we created something that actually has such, global commercial marketability that we created perhaps the best opportunity ever created. And I know from, people who are, that want to be serious about sales and marketing, we just know how easy this is. You guys out there, you know who you are, who've talked to me over the last couple of weeks and reported to me the people you're talking to and how excited they are. And yeah, it's just easy. It's easy. It truly is easy. We truly have something that everyone needs and wants, and it's just a matter of you having a conversation with them about it, which is the reason, a lot of them are going to stick with you on it. If you don't, here's the thing, sooner or later, and this is my true belief, everyone's going to hear about this, and you ultimately you want people to hear about it from you, to be in your community, because maybe they won't act on it right away. Maybe they won't act on it for a year, 2 or 3 years, but when they do, you're going to be the person they act with. It's just really how our system's structured. But if you're not, here's the thing, if you're not pounding a drum every day and making noise, doing something, yakking on Facebook, blowing something on, there's so many mediums, there's so many ways to put out free yaks, if you will. Where you're just out there just yapping or threading or talking, and make a point of doing this every day. It's like laying a birdseed trail across the internet that leads to you. And I've done this myself historically in some pretty key places. I've produced a lot of sales. I had 2 or 3 posts that I was able to track back. This is going back to my first opportunity in the industry. I made $10,000 for 3 different posts I made on blogs. I was able to track that, that amount of revenue from customers that I got from just those posts. Not bad, huh? 10 grand for a couple blog posts. You can do it too, because you have to be doing it. And not being, not spending your time being non-controversial. No, the controversial ones get all the attention. You want to be controversial. You want to carve out your own niche. Think of your own way to make millions and millions of dollars with Factor 7 and JMAP that you own, because you can. It's there. This is the time to do it. This is the time to make the kind of moves that will produce that result much sooner than later. Right? And then plus it puts you as the ultimate authority inside of our network, and ultimately in many places that you need to be on a particular topic. But again, you have to move on it. You have to decide that it's important. You have to decide to be that person. I know a lot of people have got involved in opportunities and affiliate marketing and all kinds of things over these years, in the hope that, they fall for the, hey, no selling, no cold calling, no nothing, sit back, make money doing nothing. You ever bought one of I know a lot of people have, only to discover that it's just not the way it was. And it was never that way in the first place. Okay? Yeah, so you can say just about any one of these businesses has any kind of website, right? That, yes, some people are going to stumble into it. Some people are going to decide, to get the information on their own, come through and decide and call and say, I'm ready. That will happen. And because it will happen once, yeah, you can say, hey, there's no, you don't have to sell and do all this other stuff, but is it really the business model? No, it's not. The business model is relationship building. And so every way you can, whether it's in person, on the internet, where you need to be in this dialogue. People, follow you. Watch what Mark does. Mark's really active in it now. I'm not as much, just because I got my hands really full with the company and getting our, and managing our business. But if I was a marketer, if I was in all your shoes, that's what I'd be doing every day. I'd be getting on blogs and different things and just making noise, getting the brand out there, and people eventually, it happens. They see the brand enough, and they start following. They start following the brand, and it's just how it all works. But you guys in the beginning, remember the ones you engage and get certain. This whole organization, everything that we're about is going to build out underneath you in organizations you create, which means that you're going to be that you're going to prosper from it as long as you put yourself in a place to do that. So my message is short for today, and it's short and sweet. But be sure this week that you're actually engaging and doing it, and showing people. And by the way, we do have to go to wisdom2-0.com. The videos are up through last week, as well as the Vampire series. And if you haven't seen those, I strongly encourage you to watch them. There's a lot of great information about what we're doing right now in there, and you need to incorporate that in your dialogue. Those are your buzz phrases. We learn to talk about something that we want to talk about from listening to other people talk about it. Okay? So go here and bring people Thursday night. Let us do the heavy lifting for you. Let us do the persuading and influencing, and you just get paid. You'll get paid for just directing people there, right? But you won't get paid if you don't. So make that happen. And you guys make it a fantastic week. This is Jim from Atlanta this morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on calls this week. We've got a full schedule. Good day to you all.